Hey dear viewers, welcome to this interesting tutorial of today. We shall be reviewing question number 9 coming from the 2023 paper 1 additional mathematics examination for school certificate ordinary level, which is for the ECZ. Please, as we're getting into the solving, don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you are always updated with the channel's new tutorials, and also don't forget to like, share and to also comment so as to hear out your views. Let's try to check the question in the paper. Here is question number 9, which says, on the same diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to modulus of 4 cos x and y is equal to 2.5 for the domain x is less than or equal to 2 pi and x is greater than or equal to 0. Hence, state the number of solutions of the equation modulus of 4 cos x is equal to 2.5 for x is less than or equal to 2 pi and x is greater than 0. And the question is carrying 5 marks. Let's try to get into the solving. So let's try to get into the solving. So let's try to write the equation. So the equation is for y is equal to 4 cos x. So we're going to write, we're simply going to write the equation. Now, for this one, let's try to look for some of the coordinates. So let's try to write x and y. So since we are given that the domain is x is greater than or equal to 0, so we are going to start with 0. We are going to start with 0. So we have to look for those values which are greater than or equal to 0, and we need to mind that it should also be less than or equal to 2 pi. So in this video, we're going to be adding pi over 4. So you can choose whichever one you want. If you want, you can be adding pi over 2. If you want, you can be adding pi whatever. But in this video, we're going to choose an interval of pi over 4. We're going to be adding pi over 4 to each value. So we're going to start from 0. So how do we find the y value? So the y value can be found by replacing it on the equation which we are given, which is y is equal to 4 cos x. So y is equal to 4 cos x, and then where there is x, you have to replace that value of x, and the value on the first one, we're going to start with number 1. So the value of x is 0. So therefore, when you do the calculations on your calculator or whichever way, the value of y will give you 4. So the value of y is equal to 4. So since we said that we shall be adding pi over 4, so 0 plus pi over 4 is equal to pi over 4. So it will be pi over 4, and then that pi over 4 is 45 degrees when you take it. So in radians it is pi over 4, but in degrees it is 45 degrees. So let's try to replace it on the x. So it will be y is equal to 4 cos pi over 4, and then it will give you a value of 2.83 when you round it off. Let's now go to number 3. Number 3, you have to add pi over 4 again. So pi over 4 plus pi over 4, it will give you pi over 2. So you have to write pi over 2 there. So pi over 2. So pi over 2. So y is equal to 4 cos pi over 2. And then the value of y, it will be 0. So you have to write that 0 again. Let's now go to number 4. So the reason we have chosen pi over 4 is because it will at least be accurate. When you choose pi over 2, and the graph will not be as much as accurate. So you have to choose at least pi over 4, but you can also choose pi over 2. So pi over 2 plus pi over 4, it will give you the value, it will give you 3 pi over 2. So y is equal to 4 cos 3 pi over 4, and then it will be negative 2.83. Let's now go to number 5. Y is equal to 4 cos. So when you add 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 4, it will give you pi. It will just simply be pi. So this is where the pi is coming from. So y is equal to 4 cos pi. And then when you do when you're doing calculations, when you're doing the calculations, please, you have to note that you have to put your calculator in radians. Don't put your calculator in degrees, because your values will be wrong. The values of y will be wrong when your calculator is in degrees. You have to put your calculator in radians. So 3 pi. So yeah, we didn't write 3 pi over 4 and then negative 2.83, and then pi negative 4. Now pi plus pi plus pi plus pi over 4, it will give you 5 pi over 4. When you do the calculations on your calculator, it will give you negative 2.83, and then the values go like that, but we are rounding the values off. So here it is, pi over 4 negative 2.83. Again, let's now go to another one. Y is equal to 4 cos 3 pi over 2, because when you add 5 pi over 4 plus pi over 4, it will give you 3 pi over 2. So that is where this one is coming from. So it will give you 0. So y is equal to, let's now go to number 8. So y is equal to 4 cos open brackets 7 pi over 4. So 3 pi plus 2, 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 4, it will give you 7 pi over 4. So on number 8, when you do the calculations, it will give you 2.83. So when you do the calculations, it will give you 2.83. Let's now go to number 9. So number 9 is the last one. So number 9, so y is equal to 4 cos. So when you add 7 pi over 4 plus pi over 4, it will give you 2 pi. So this is the last one. So we are given the statement that x is less than or equal to 2 pi. So this can be our last one. So here it is now. So what we need to do is that let's get those coordinates. So the first one, we have 0, 0,4, pi over 4, 2.83, pi over 2, 0, 3 pi over 4, negative 2.83, pi, negative 4, 5 pi over 4, negative 2.83, 3 pi over 2, 0, 7 pi over 4, 2.83, 2 pi, 4. So now we are given that we have to mind that y is equal to modulus of 4 cos x. So now what we need to mind is that those which are negative, like negative 2.83, negative 4, negative 2.83, they have to be a mirror. They have to be a mirror. They have to form like a mirror such that they change to positive. So it will be like that. It will be positive 2.83, positive 4, positive 2.83. So we shall see how we are going to draw that one. Let's try to draw. So this is it. So we have to draw the y-axis and then the x-axis. So that is the y and that is the x. So now let's try to write those x coordinates. So we have 0, we have pi over 4, we have pi over 2, we have 3 pi over 4, we have pi, we have 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, we have 3 pi over 2, we have 7 pi over 4, we have 2 pi, which is our last one. And then now let's now go to the y coordinates. So what we need to mind is that we have to check. So our highest is 4. So we have positive 4 on the y coordinates, and then we also have negative 4 on the y coordinates. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here negative 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Let's now try. Let's now start to plot. So we have 0, 4. So we have 0, 4. So where there is 0, it is that side. Where it is 0, 4, it is that point there, that blue point. And then pi over 4, 2.83, it is that one. Pi over 2, 0, it is that one. And then 3 pi over 4, so now here it is now. So with that one, since in modulus, when you're drawing the graph of modulus, the main interest is the positive, the y positives. So it should be positive on the y part. It should be positive on the y part. So when it is negative, you only have to draw dotted lines. You have to draw dotted lines. So we are now plotting all the coordinates. So when you plot, it will be like that. Now let's go to the positive parts. Let's now go to the positive parts which we wrote. So these are the positive parts, like that. So after you're done plotting, you now need to draw. You have to join the lines. So the first one you join like that, and then since it's modulus, you have to draw the line where it is positive, where the y is positive. But when it is negative, you have to draw dotted lines like that. You have to draw dotted lines. So these are the dotted lines. And then when it is positive, you have to draw it like that. And then there, if it is positive, you also do the same. So that one which is down, it is y is equal to 4 cos x, and then that one which is up, it is y is equal to modulus of 4 cos x. So this is how you're supposed to answer such a question. And then we were given two equations where another one was y is equal to 2.5. So y is equal to 2.5. So this is another line, y is equal to 2.5. So where they intersect, that is the number of solutions. So therefore you have to tell where the y is equal to 2.5 and y is equal to modulus of 4 cos x. It is where the solutions are obtained. It is where the solutions are obtained. So in this case, we have 4 solutions. So you have to tell that this one has 4 solutions, and these are the 4 solutions. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the 4 solutions. So this is how you're expected to answer such a question. This is how you're expected to answer such a question. Thank you for watching. Let's hope you haven't forgotten to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you are updated with